Done with that. All right. Let's move forward here with our first main story,
The Doolittle trailer,
or with our Doolittle trailer.
This is Robert Downey Jr.'s first film outside of the or given the recent end to the MCU phase. What was it, phase 2?
No, that's like phase 3.
Phase 3, with the movie correctly titled Endgame. This is a very big departure from what we've seen him do over the past few years. Mm-hmm. This is a more lighthearted family film. Obviously, Doolittle, right? Dr. Doolittle. But this is a different story than Eddie Murphy's Dr. Doolittle.
Clearly a different story, but it's the same premise, and a doctor who can talk to animals.
Yeah, but I feel like this one wasn't the original Doolittle like a British actor, and then Eddie Murphy's was like the American version.
Fuck, I know. I could give two shits about Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah,
yeah. I have no idea.
I mean, the visual effects in this film look great. Obviously, they're able to do a lot bigger things here. I think they've got him talking to like a fucking blue whale. Right, they've got him talking to a fucking dragon, the dragon from Game of Thrones that fell in the ocean.
Yeah,
this movie, like, I'm not gonna fucking see this, but like this movie looks like
this might be a good movie to take your look.
Oh yeah, to take kids to, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But would I go see this on my own? No,
absolutely not.
My daughter would love this movie.
I'd have no respect for myself if I did that. Okay. So Doolittle coming out in some other date and time that I currently do not see. But this is coming out obviously in 2020. It's supposed to be released January 17th of 2020. Directed by Stephen Gaghan, also written by Stephen Gaghan, as well as Hugh Lofting.
It's coming out in January?
Yes.
Oh no, baby, we gonna have to wait till April, March. Too cold to go see movies in January.
Yeah. So obviously, just like you mentioned, this film is starring Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. John Doolittle himself, and along with it, though, there's just a slew of actors that are voicing a lot of the animals that are in the film, from Tom Holland, Rami Malek, Emma Thompson, Ray Fiennes. Marion Cotillard, which I'm a huge fan of hers, by the way. She doesn't get I think enough credit here in the US as I think she deserves. Selena Gomez, John Cena, just you can go on and on with how many people are in this film voicing the animals.
I still have not figured out who is buying Selena Gomez's music. I think she just dropped a new album.
Greatest mysteries in the world. Yeah,
that's like charting on the billboards or whatever.
Yeah, dude, it's not our world. You know,
we need fuck all this political hacking and hacking China and
we need to figure
Russia.
out what's going on with this.
We need to hack fucking Columbia Records.
Yeah.
Right?
Is that who she's
hacks? Or, maybe. I'm making that up. We need to hack Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music to find out the exact names and addresses of the people who are downloading her music.
Yeah.
And we need to go fucking interview them.
I'm sure they'd be
explain this decision making.
Who's Selena? I don't. Selena who? Like Selena from back in like the 90s? Is that what you're talking about?
Shit. So it's actually Selena Gomez is hacking other users around the world and downloading her music to their phones.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, look,
what did we just stumble upon?
I mean, I gotta give her credit. If that's what she's doing, then she deserves it, right? Because, that she has to be very technology savvy. She has to be technologically advanced. Yeah, I know that's how you guys take your time with that.
As M'Baku. No, remember M'Baku? From the Black Panthers?
Yeah.
It's like, you have given your technological advancements to a child. That was one of the best lines in the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't believe you don't. What? It's the best line in the movie.
I don't know. Okay.
You're tripping.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, she. But anyways, Doolittle is coming out in January. We got the first trailer for it. What I really noticed about this trailer is that there's no he speaks very little, and when he does, he's like whispering. I don't know what the fuck's that's about. I don't know if that's like on purpose or he's like, yes, but how's it going? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, all right.
I didn't, because the trailer is so theatrical. I didn't really notice that.
But those were the two things that I picked up from the trailers, that they made this like, when I heard they were coming out with another Doolittle, thing, I was like, all right, well, I guess, he's going to be this wacky, fucking physician who's, speaking to animals. But then they made this fucking like epic, like it fucking looks like Noah's Ark. Like, is he, gathering two of every animal, and are they setting sail? Like, I really don't, I don't remember.
No, yeah, it looks epic. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
What was the other movie he did where he was like the detective?
Sherlock Holmes.
This movie looks like Sherlock Holmes.
It does.
Quit that job and got
can
hired.
Now suddenly talk to animals. Yeah. But anyways, the premise for it is a physician discovers that he can talk to animals. That's pretty much just the extent of the premise for the film. I can't say
a physician, not a veterinarian. Do you have vet physicians?
I see physician. Yeah, very interesting.
Very interesting. Now this movie just took a turn, because what the fuck was he doing with those animals?
Yeah, I know. And how did he discover he could start talking to animals, and not that he's insane? Yeah, because I'm sure that was very interesting. And how did he convince other people that he's not crazy? Well, although maybe the part of the movie is that they think he's crazy.
Yeah.
They can't just be like accepting of it. Like, okay,
yeah. You can talk to rhinos and fucking gorillas. But I guess if you tell the gorilla to do something, the gorilla does it, I'm gonna accept it.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I mean, if the gorilla does do it and not, smash his brain into like 1,000 different pieces,
like,
then
all right, cool.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
Sense. Yeah. All right, let's move on here. Let's move on to our next trailer. We have a second trailer for the Bombshell film, and.
This movie is starring a slew of white women.
You got that word from me, by the way.
Slew?
Yeah.
It's a very commonly used word.
Yeah. Thanks for taking my words.
What? Were you gonna say that?
No. Not right now. But I'm just acknowledging that it is my word that you're using. I just want to throw that out there.
Slew is your word. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. So we have Bombshell. A group of women decide to take on Fox News. Fox News's head, Roger Ailes, and the toxic atmosphere he presided over the network. We got a lot more detail in terms of what exactly is going on here. We got to see more of Margot Robbie, and I guess we're going to be almost mainly sort of seeing the film through Margot Robbie's character, Kayla Possible, who I can't remember. You say that I'm familiar with. I don't know.
No, I don't know her story.
Yeah, and I guess maybe peripherally I know about it, but I don't know exactly what happened with her at Fox News. But then you have Charlize Theron, of course, as Megyn Kelly, and Nicole Kidman as Gretchen Carlson, who, weirdly enough, Charlize Theron definitely looks like Megyn Kelly. Nicole Kidman doesn't look anything like Gretchen Carlson. I don't know how they fucked that up.
Yeah.
How do you make one person look exactly like the other person, and the other person looks nothing like them?
Yeah, it's surprising how much Charlize Theron looks different.
Yeah, it's really weird, dude.
So much like
I think they definitely use some sort of CGI. Or something like that,
and they probably have like dentures in that changes her, like the length of her jaw the way her jaw rests.
But it was sort of reminiscent to something almost like Gemini Man, or like it just looked like they had some sort of they fixed that up in post,
like what the dentures Rami Malek wore in Queen.
Oh, sure.
To play. I think they may have done something like that with Charlize Theron's character.
Yeah. But anyways, this film is directed by Jay Roach and is written by Charles Randolph. It opened up with Margot Robbie speaking with Kate McKinnon, who stars as Jess Carr, and they have this really sort of funny sort of like dialogue back and forth with one another, where Jess Carr is essentially explaining what the climate is at Fox News and like what you have to kind of do, and it's like, I don't know, it seemed too. Like, I can't imagine that they actually had this conversation at Fox News.
They did.
No, because
that's what the crazy.
Can't be, because there's no way you can have that conversation and not be like, oh, we're the villains of this, like the situation. Like, we're gonna make immigrants look, they're the problem. Like, it sounded like somebody who's on the left talking about what they imagine life is like at Fox News. You know, it didn't sound like it was actually Fox News.
Have you ever, like, think back to your younger days, right? When you were starting a new job and they had somebody training you?
Yeah.
Like another employee, like, trains you on like day 2 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they just give you like the worst fucking information ever.
Yeah.
Like if you worked at like a fast food place and it's like, all right, listen, you don't even really worry about wearing gloves. It's like, we don't do that here. Like the food is already contaminated.
Yeah. It's already
pick it up with your hands, drop it in the fryer. You know what I mean? Like that bag over there, the stuff in that's the mac and cheese. This is obviously if you're working at Panera, right?
Can we stop for like 10 seconds?
Did you hear about that scandal too?
I did. How the fuck is that a scandal? Are we trying to delude ourselves into thinking that they actually made the fucking mac and cheese there?
So
is that what we're trying to do?
Panera, and if you haven't, you know, if you're not up to speed on this whole scandal, so recently there's a young woman who made a video of herself preparing a lunch meal at Panera and specifically showing how they make the mac and cheese, right? So the mac and cheese comes in like a frozen plastic bag. They dip the frozen plastic bag in boiling hot water. They cut it open. They put it in your bowl, and then here's $4.95.
Yeah, how are we under any illusion that it was made any different than that?
It is because Panera has created the illusion that they are like higher quality fast food.
And we all
right?
understand
it's
that
like our food is fresh, our meat is fresh. So yeah, I do expect that like if
they're making their mac and cheese there,
that they may boil like a whole fucking tub of it, and it's like what I don't expect is that it comes in a frozen freezer plastic bag and they just dip the plastic in hot water.
Did you think that they were actually making their mac and cheese there?
I thought that they positioned themselves higher quality.
You're pivoting.
Fast food is
you're pivoting from the question. But
well, I mean, first of all, no one ever really gives thought to how they make it, right?
Exactly. So that's what my issue is that.
But if you tell me you make better quality product than those guys, and I know those guys do the freezer bag
fair
shit,
enough. Let me finish.
I'm expecting you not to do it.
Fair enough. What you're mad at is the fact that you never actually took the time to stop and think about how they were making their food, right? But they never entered into some sort of contract with you like, no, we make this. Now, if they came out before and said, no, we make our mac and cheese in-house on location, and then this video comes out, okay, that's a scandal. If they never said anything to the sort, then what the fuck? You're just pissed that you thought it was like somehow somebody was in let me taste each batch to make sure everything's good to go.
I'm not pissed because I'll still go eat the shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What I was disappointed in was that, whenever someone like this exposes a company, right, they get fired and no one really like cares to support that person, right, who lost their job for kind of exposing something that needed to be exposed.
Did this really even need to be exposed though? Like, is this something that was just like?
Because now I'm gonna just get the bag of potato chips instead of the mac and cheese.
I still get the mac. I mean, not that I really ever got the mac and cheese there, but I mean, this changes absolutely nothing. Like,
I'm gonna get the sandwich in the soup, not the sandwich in the mac and cheese.
Anybody who's ever worked at any fast food place, it's like, with how much people order shit, it's almost impossible, right? Unless you're maybe Chipotle, right? Where you're like, we can see you making this shit right there. Like I see you heating that steak up. I see you, marinating the chicken. Like I can see that. And I think that's why they have like kind of an open kitchen, sort of policy is that like, they want you to know, oh, we're doing that shit all in house. But unless I see this shit, I'm just going to assume that it's being shipped from Maine, takes 3 days to get here and it's all frozen. That's what I'm just going to assume.
And yes, that's a fair assumption. But again, most people don't give thought to like that exact process, right?
Yeah.
Now, but if you as like a company, as a restaurant, if you position yourself as, hey, we make better quality, higher,
it can be better quality, but still be
food,
frozen though.
Yes, sure, but you can't blame the consumer for thinking that.
No, they're
your
not
shit
blaming anybody. They're just trying to move right past this. They're like, huh? Says who?
It just sucks that girl got fired and lost her job. You know what I mean?
She might not have got fired.
No, they fired her.
No, I know they fired her. What I'm saying is like they might not have fired her.
What they're gonna say is breach of like employment contract. And,
either way, we spent like a good 5 minutes talking about this. Yeah. This has nothing to do with bombshell. Well,
this was kind of a bombshell.
Yeah, I know, right? In a manner of speaking. But we got a good look at everybody who's in this film. So we got to who I was really
what?
I don't know. I'm trying to speak really fast. Who I was really it was funny to see was Alana Ubach as Janine Pirro, because I there's anybody on Fox News that I loathe, is Janine Pirro. She is the most just. It's almost like she's a parody of herself. You know what I mean?
Is that the Shut Up and Dribble lady?
No, that's Laura Ingraham. Although she most likely has said it at some point in time. Janine Pirro has said this, but she's like sort of like I think she's like an ex-judge who speaks very deliberately. And then my favorite thing that she's ever said was when she was talking about Muslims. She was like, "You just have," and I think she was talking about Ilhan Omar, or I don't know, I forget who she was talking about. She was like, got all these Muslims with their hijabs. It was fucking hilarious. But anyways, we got a good look at her.
All right, quick yes or no. Would you see this in theaters?
No, because it seems like more of like kind of like a Lifetime thing to me than a
I'm not seeing this in theaters.
Yeah. Anyways,
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
there are going to be a lot of white women in these movie theaters.
Yeah,
there will be.
No, 100%. No. I think people are definitely going to go watch this in theaters, especially with like the drama of it all. Try to see like sort of like, oh, what happened here? Especially when these women are still like alive. It's not like all of them are dead. Obviously, Roger Ailes is dead, but
yeah. What if you went to see this movie by yourself and you walked in and it's like 400 white women in the theater, and just you're by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that
would be very interesting.
Oh, it's a movie, so the lights are going down. Everybody's just watching the screen. There's nothing happening.
I don't know. Dangerous territory.
All right.
As soon as you walk out, she's like, he touched me. Now you're in fucking prison.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm not seeing this in theaters.
Fair enough.
That's my biggest fear.
All right. Now.